And she's cooking for you, you bastard. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm not.
Cook!
Finish up! All right.
You got the dish.
Okay.
Chew my food. Feed me. Okay, I think we're done. Just trying to get some comedic.
It said error occurred.
Eric occurred?
It said an Eric occurred.
That's what my parents said when I was born.
That is what my parents said.
God.
Eric occurred.
You know, it's funny. I would love to
Wild
see...
Eric appeared.
I'd love to see... This is going to sound fucking weird, but just hear me out. I'd love to see the day my mom found out she was pregnant with me. And if she was actually happy or fucking like, holy shit. You know? Just so I could hang that over, Mom. Listen, I know you were
100%.
crying.
My first reaction will be, fuck. No matter if I was trying or not.
Yeah, fuck.
Is it going to be...
I'm pretty much going to have to sit down. I could be playing, I don't know, like Final Fantasy, doing like a crazy raid, and I'll just be like, quit, and just fighting.
How do you
online.
think you're going to find out? You're going to get text? Or they're going to log into Final Fantasy and send you a private message?
So here's the thing. For whichever woman I end up with, I'd like to think that she goes about it in a sort of like cute way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where she's like, yeah, we're going to have to, you know, saying me to be like, I'm playing a game, right? In my new house that's fully furnished.
And you get slapped in the face with a pea stick.
No. Still wet.
We are live now, by the way.
Oh, cool.
We just got live.
Okay.
As I yelled,
it's still pea stick. It's already age gated.
And it's still wet.
It's still wet. All right, we'll talk about that later.
Desert Loner is here. What's up, Desert Loner?
God damn, you're not alone now.
It's good.
Isn't there like that thing where it's like, even in a room full of people, I feel alone?
God damn, dude. Shit.
Have I been listening to this wrong music?
All around me or from your face, yes. Or have you ever heard the goofy rendition of Evanescence's Wake Me Up? Or is it Wake Me Up? Wake me up. I can't wake up.
Yeah.
Save me.
I have not seen
dude.
that.
Oh, I have not.
I have not. Anyway, welcome to the Itch Network podcast. The date is 6/6/2019. I almost said 2018.
Multiple of 6.
It's true. And I'm Spencer. We got JD, and our producer Eric has returned.
Hi.
Yes.
I'm back.
From outer space.
And Desert Loner's chilling here. His name sparked a philosophical discussion. So thank you for that. We got a ton of things to talk about today.
Kind of too much shit.
Probably too much. Hopefully you stay with us the whole time. It's probably gonna be kind of a long one.
Yeah.
But there's so much to go over. We got everything from E3. We had a Death Stranding trailer from
forever ago.
Was that last week? Or was it
last week?
It was last week. We got some Pokemon stuff to go over and more. Before we go over that, Eric.
Spencer, what are you playing?
Oh, I was gonna go with Eric since he's our newest arrival. But
he's our esteemed guest.
If it's me first, I'm playing Persona Q2, new cinema right now. Combines Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5 into one game.
What the fuck?
Mechanically or story?
Yeah.
Both.
So what the
So don't play... I don't even know how that...
Exactly. It's like, hey, I heard you like Metal Gear Solid. So 2, 3, 4, and 5 are in it. All different timelines, all of them. Like, what the fuck?
It's just, it's like an anime thing, you know, where animes just don't make any sense, but they all just
no,
make it happen.
As true weeaboos.
It's just fan service is all it is. It's like
I call it a cash grab. That's what
oh yeah, totally. Like somewhere towards the end of each of the stories, they all go into a cinema screen and end up in a movie theater that's abandoned, and they have to figure out what they're doing there, and they're all there.
What are we doing here? Oh, let's go home.
Let's adventure.
You go that way. I'll go home. There you go.
But I got the super advanced version that comes with a plush dog and an art book, because you know those art books go a long way, and some playing cards.
Playing cards?
Like ace.
Traditional?
Is it like like 52 tag?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. We could play poker with those. Get our weeb.
Yeah, I can't imagine being too popular playing poker with those cards.
I don't know, man. You gotta consider the audience, you know what I'm saying?
That's not the ace, that's Chie!
What the
That's
fuck?
Yukiko-san!
Yeah, Chie's from 4.
Yeah.
She's the martial artist girl.
Oh,
She's a
all right.
bitch. Anyway.
I've played an hour of Persona. What'd you give me, Spence? 5?
5.
5. Yeah.
I played about an hour of that.
Oh.
Isn't Joker like an ace anyway?
In what?
Isn't Joker like, would you define him as an ace?
What's an ace?
Never mind, moving on.
Ace of Spades.
What else you play?
Well, I played a little bit of Division 2.
Oh shit!
Which we'll talk about. We're playing right now. We're done with that. We're playing Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah, Eric, we are.
Is this whole thing just to get me trapped playing that?
This all you see is a banner come down. Intervention.
And then I played through Zelda. I beat it in 3 nights. I'm talking about A Link Between Worlds. I played it already, but I wanted to play it again because I was waiting for Persona Q to come in. And then I started playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, but I did not have enough time.
Very good game.
Yep. JD, I guess we'll get to Eric last. JD, what are you playing?
Final Fantasy 14. I will go back to 15. That's one of the games that I'm going back to. Because I ain't going to fucking lie. I cried at the end of Final Fantasy 15.
That's embarrassing.
I know it's like to have real feelings. So that's what that one's about. You guys aren't it. But anyway, I'm joking.
I guess that makes it so relatable.
Anyway, so after that, I've been playing Dragon's Dogma, Eunice on occasion, and could have sworn I was playing something else. Oh, we played Heroes of the Storm.
We did.
That was fun. Just because, again, it's always the characters that are going to get me. That's really it. So
that game makes me just curl my fists. I'm just like,
play a stealth character because you keep talking about how broken it is, and then
the character I'm playing is the most broken character in the game.
Man, I don't know about that. You haven't played every character. It's the same thing as a fighter. You can't say, "Oh, my character is the best." You gotta have experience, man. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you don't have it, but that's like you going from King of Fighters to Street Fighter and going, "Oh, this is what makes this character good." Different system, a little bit different.
That's fair. That's fair.
Anyway,
but I'm playing up against people who've played like 3,000 games, and I'm getting MVP.
Yeah, we beat they were way higher level than us. I'm surprised we won because there were people that someone quit, and this fucking volatile motherfucker's like, "Oh, fuck you guys aren't doing shit. You weren't playing the objective," because I know you hate it, and I think Spencer hates it too. But where you have to sort of play whatever the little game is for that map, right?
I liked that part.
I thought you told me you hated it. Like you were like, I just want to be able to kill people, not have to play this objective, and then that attacks their guys or whatever. It is what it is. Either way,
those objectives, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, those ones were annoying.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked having side objectives.
Yeah. So, and we still won. So
nice.
I don't know. We were smoking towards the end. Spencer was just on fucking killing spree. And I was like, yeah, write it.
I leave for a handful of months and you guys are smoking weed?
Yeah, right.
I got MVP on both games, if I recall.
We lost one, though.
Oh, maybe not on that one, but...
Oh, no, I got MVP.
I made the list, the Overwatch list at the end.
Checked it twice. Anyway, it's been so long. Eric, what have you been playing? I know the answer to this, but go ahead.
You totally do. I have not been playing Pokemon Go.
What?
That's why I made it back. I had time.
Yeah, right.
I have time now because I'm not playing Pokemon
I can do
Go.
that.
Let's see if I can change that by the end of the podcast.
Please don't.
Make me play Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So I have not been playing that. And then what I have been playing is my favorite game of all time. The game that got me into gaming. The game that taught me how to read in I was probably 8 or 9. I was a late bloomer. But I was reading at a 6th grade level at that point. Shining Force 2 for the Sega Genesis. I am playing it on the Sega Mega Collection or Classic Collection, whatever it's called, for the Nintendo Switch.
Eric, I can just imagine Eric when he's reading at school just trying to hit the A button to turn the page.
When someone else is reading, he's like, okay,
just speed past this. I don't care.
Done.
Just want to save my game and promote my characters. Yeah, I've been playing a crap ton of that.
Those birds are fucking ugly, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like the curly hair and all. I'm like, whoa. God.
Yeah. Shining Force. So it actually, this is the first time with Shining Force 2 that I've actually played it to the point of completion since I was a kid. Shining Force 1 has been re-released multiple times as the Resurrection Dragon or something like that, or Resurrecting Dark Dragon.
Resurrection F.
I almost said it. I had to pause.
Yeah.
But they've re-released 1 multiple times, but not 2. 2's just been on this Mega Collection thing, which it's been on PC, PS4, PS3. It's been all over the place, but I have a hard time playing it. Well, now it's Nintendo Switch. It's mobile. I can play a tactics game mobily like that. I can put it down whenever I want. So I'm playing it to completion. And I'm also playing it with none of the characters I played as a kid. All the ones that I know are super strong, I'm just skipping. I'm just putting all the weak guys in there, and I'm playing on a harder difficulty.
Rockin' Tort, man.
Dude, I can't get him to level.
He is worse than fucking, not Goldbean, Magikarp. He is a fucking nightmare because of how that game works.
Yeah.
Imagine this. Imagine if Magikarp had to kill someone to get the experience instead of just being in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how shitty that would be.
Magikarp, you could theoretically do it if you blew all of the splash, right? And then you could struggle.
Yep. That's what you would have to do. But everything one-shots.
If he struggles, he hits people?
Yeah, so if you use all of his...
Yeah.
Is it CP?
PP.
Use all his PP up. Once his PP's empty, then he just struggles and hurts.
Splash.
And he hurts everybody with his
just
struggles.
struggling right now. Nice.
Because he's out of PP.
Yeah. Awesome.
Desert Loner says he learned to read at 3, was at 6th grade level in 1st grade, and was college level by 6th grade.
Anyway, moving on. So what else have you been playing?
Apparently, he has a lot of PP.
Yeah.
He's one of those Final Fantasy players, I bet.
Yeah, right. I'm starting with Final Fantasy 2, Section 4, right?
Is that it?
Well, you know, it's funny because we've never talked about this on stream. I knew Eric when he was at his lowest when he was playing Pokemon Go. I remember walking in to the living room. Eric was passed out. He had a second phone and his actual phone playing Pokemon Go, but he had like the things on the back.
The pop sockets.
And he was passed out with both of them out. And I remember laughing so fucking hard.
You recorded me. You have video evidence of this.
What's it going to take to get that video?
Oh, man. Oh, God.
I was powering up or evolving or doing something, and I was exhausted.
I signed an NDA, so I can't release the footage. But man, that shit was hilarious. Anyway,
you're gonna be able to do that successfully pretty soon.
Why do you say that, Spence?
I guess we can slip into a news topic. If it
way
that.
to kill the transition. I guess we can talk about that.
Well, you talk about it now if you want. Pokemon Sleep is coming out.
You saw that, right?
Yep. I'm waiting for Pokemon Midlife Crisis and
Pokemon Awake and Pokemon Bills.
Yeah, Pokemon Career.
Pokemon Scratching Your Balls.
Pokemon Finances.
Gotta
save them all.
Pokemon Sleep is coming in 2020. They're releasing a new device called Pokemon Go Plus Plus that can play both the Pokemon Go that you play as well as the new Sleep version. And it works just like the other one, but it happens at night while you're sleeping. I'm assuming it doesn't know that it's night, because then it would, like, what if people sleep during the day? They probably want to get them naps in.
It's got to be sedentary status for X amount of time, just like not MyFitnessPal, the Fitbits.
Yeah.
Fitbits have ways of tracking your sleeping by your heart rate and your in frequency of movement.
Yeah.
Oh.
Heart rate.
So you can't just be playing a video game.
No, because your wrists and stuff, you'd be flinching a lot.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't track that you're sleeping.
I mean, I flinch a lot when I sleep. I'm fucked.
It's got those.
I'm still level 1 after 3 weeks. You know? God, I can't fucking sleep. Let's drink some more alcohol.
I have no clue how this turns into Pokemon, though. Do you know? Do you understand this?
I don't. I really don't.
That's why we brought you on the show.
I wish I would have.
All right, say goodbye to producer Eric. He's gone. Worthless.
What the fuck? So yeah, there's that.
So from what I understand, it's just an extra device. It does everything the current device does, except for it's encouraging better sleeping habits. So people, like, you're staying awake a ton of hours to, you know what? I'm talking out of my ass, just saying what I think this should have been. But give me 30 seconds. I'll figure it out.
Let's talk about Sword and Shield then.
Well, you know, Dragon Quest is coming out. What's up, Living Vapor? He talked about WoW a week ago or whatever. Dragon Quest is releasing their own version of Pokemon Go pretty soon. In Japan only for now.
Pokemon No.
Well, they have monsters over there. I wish they would release that over here, because that series
Godzilla.
is freaking awesome. No, their monster series is better than Pokemon. It's basically Pokemon on steroids.
Yeah, that's why Pokemon's more successful. I mean, you can't argue with that. I'm just being honest, man.
All right, let's talk about Sword and Shield.
I think there's a bias.
Pokemon Sword and Shield is coming out. They just had the Nintendo Direct. It's in the Galar region. It looks really cool. New starters. Did you see it?
No, I don't follow Pokemon, man.
I think Eric and I are going to get it.
Yes. Pokemon Sword. I'm going to play the crap out of it. I just don't like the Giganto thing.
Yeah, I don't give two shits about that.
No, it maybe for, like, make the raid monster that big, but I don't need my Pikachu to be fucking Empire State Building size, because I'm worried about it getting pixelated.
So is this another generation?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
It's like another 100?
Something like
It'll
that.
at least be 85 to 100. That's roughly what they usually do.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They showed off a handful of them, and I'm not impressed.
Holy shit, man.
I mean, the starters look okay.
I got the starters
on
the stream right now. We've got Grookey, the mischievous grass type, Bunny, the energetic bunny, and Sobble, the timid water type.
Cool. So the bunny is a what type?
The bunny is fire. It looks like it has a Band-Aid over its face.
Really?
And then there's also a sheep. His name's Mari.
His name's Sheeple, and he represents.
Oh no! His name's Wooloo. It's like Mareep, who is already a sheep Pokemon. Now there's 2 sheep Pokemon.
Cool.
They're running out of Pokemons.
This is why I don't follow Pokemon, man. I don't hate Pokemon. I just can't get into it at this point.
I'm grabbing Shield then. If you're grabbing Sword.
I'm grabbing Dick. No, Pokemon Dick.
Yeah, this looks...
That's a whole nother channel on Pornhub.
Yeah, right. Age-gated.
This looks really good. I'm down with this.
Did you say age-gated?
Yeah. Like YouTube. Age-gate.
Yeah, they like their way of blocking content when they know that there's a swear in it.
Are we supposed to not swear?
What's happened to this channel? If you say fuck, then You're gonna get age gated.
Didn't you say shit? Yeah. Well, I guess we're fucked already.
You say, God damn it, we're gonna get age gated.
I also could sing a song.
Don't sing the song.
What
Copyright. That's where it gets us.
Motherfucker.
And then we're gonna mute.
Twat. That's
So-
sure you unmute it right when I yell twat.
Hey man, age gate. What
Is that a bad thing? I don't...
That's what
It
6
looks-
out of 9 generations with firefight starter. I think so. They're always like a fighter type. I think the X and Y was a bird. But yeah, they're usually a fire type. I miss the days when a Pokemon was one type. Remember those
Yeah.
days? Except we had
I'm
like that.
confused by.
I was about
all
to
of
say, I
these
was like, what
typings.
the fuck are you talking about?
Because
Fire is a type.
now instead of doing double damage or half damage to something or no damage, I'm doing like 3.8 percentage of pi.
Yeah,
to
every
it.
time I get in there, I get into a gym. I remember the gym battles was like, okay, this is a chance for me to level up my water type because it was a fire gym, and I was like, I can level up this water type. Now it's like I'm pulling out my Excel, my spreadsheet, being like, okay, I got a water mixed with a mud, and apparently it does well against a ghost / fairy. Like I don't know.
That's what threw me off when they were like, hey, we've got fairies and shit in here. I'm like, what the fuck? What do they think of next? I've got a fighting type that's mixed with a domestic abuser, so he's really going to harass the opponents, keep them locked in, hit him with passive-aggressive stare.
Leopold Butterscotch's Pokemon gender transition. Didn't Pokemon Gold have a mating? Bring that back.
That's why I didn't fuck with that one. Don't fuck, fight! That was it.
I'm not here to fuck. I'm here to fight. That was the NRA's review of Pokemon Gold.
I'm not here to fuck. Where's my bullet type Pokemon?
Yeah.
Can I get Clayton? Got a fucking Confederate flag on his back. Wardy David! Yeah.
Well, go. What?
Have you seen that? Have you seen that where they talk about how it's the skit where they do my Pokemon, the strongest Pokemon ever, and it's like this redneck white guy, and they throw it out, and then he's like, "Oh, I have a Peoplemon too," and then the other guy throws out one, and it's the redneck's wife, and she's like beating the crap out of him and stuff because it's his weakness.
No. What the fuck?
It's a YouTube.
Sounds like a
Maybe
Mega
a
64
Snapchat
or something.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Desert Owner says, I still think they should change Mr. Mime's name. It's deceptive. How is that deceptive? Am I missing something? It's a mime.
They should change Jinx's name to Blackface. So we're not lying here. We know what's going on.
She reminds me of a better time.
Where no one talks shit about Blackface? What the fuck? Mistral shows? Like, what the shit? Anyway.
Speaking of the NRA.
Oh, wait, I figured out what Pokemon Sleep was.
Oh, what is it? Go ahead.
It's exactly what I was explaining, where it just tracks your sleep and you get stuff in the game from sleeping well.
To transfer over to Pokemon Go?
Yeah, Pokemon Go. So during Pokemon Day, it works just like a regular Pokemon Plus or Pokemon Go, the little button thing that I always carried around. This Plus just now tracks sleeping. So the better you sleep, the more stuff you get rewarded with in the game. That's the extent of what they've announced for it so far. So I'm worried about people purposely putting themselves into comas for this.
You know, it's funny. I remember the last time I remember that you had that watch on. We went to the place. And I was like, he's not here for me. He's here for the Pokestop.
The place does have Pokestop.
Like, yeah, I could, yeah, sure, bro, yeah.
For those listening, the place is a creatively named breakfast restaurant.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah. Good country boy breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
I gotta fix the damn light in this room.
You are straight up. You dark dog.
Yeah.
Dork.
I'm dork.
It's like yin and yang right now.
You can just open up a new window.
A new white browser?
Yeah, you might have to deal.
Whoa!
with
Hey, wow!
You might have to deal with that for now, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. You
'Cause
got dual screen, don't you?
Yeah, but one screen I'm sharing as the stream.
Oh shit! Alright.
So I'm gonna have to jump back and forth. It's gonna get dark. It's
Or
gonna get dark
you can
before
just-
it gets
just
bright.
Windows,
smaller window.
windows, left and right.
Just make a smaller window.
Yeah, man. Small window.
Alright,
give
alright.
yourself some light. We don't have time.
We don't have time for your games.
Exactly.
Sounds like Blizzard will need some of those watches for WoW Classic. That would be smart. That'd be smart.
Are you playing WoW Classic? I don't know if
we're trying to get a party together for that.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I still don't want to make friends. I just want to play with my friends and not make new friends.
Not make new ones.
I don't want new friends.
No.
Hey, speaking of the NRA, we saw Division 2, or we played Division 2.
Yeah, that's seamless. Seamless. So, all right, honest opinion, Spence. What do you think about it? What did you think when we played it?
It is a very Ubisoft game.
Right.
It's Ubisoft the game.
Ubisoft the game.
It is good. It is very competent. It does what it does, and that is it. And I don't have a problem with that if what you deliver is quality.
Is it a third grader reading at a sixth grade level? Is it that kind of competent?
All
I
I,
myself, no, the 3-year-old reading at that level, that's amazing.
if you get a hard on, if you get a hard on for hide behind this thing, and pop out of cover and shoot at people, and play it with your bros, then you will, and you have some bros. Gotta have bros,
Bro.
Then you'll like it.
I gotta be honest. I came from the Gears of War era of online gaming, so I love that shit. Like the first Gears of War. So I like getting behind cover, and I got the homies with me, right? Because that was one of the first major multiplayer games I played. I played Halo 3. That was probably my first real online competitive game, and Unreal 3, 4, on PS3. But I mean, it's fun for what it is. I agree with Spence that it's Ubisoft the game. There was literally a point where this girl was talking about this loved one that she had, and I was like, oh, she's a lesbian. Because of immediately how they worded it.
Yeah.
Like, I loved her! And you're like, oh, there you go, Ubisoft. You know what I'm saying? Because Ubisoft is all about inclusiveness, and that's fine. And you know what else?
My partner's missing! My partner's missing!
Yeah. She was black, and
Uh-oh.
she don't need no man. She could do the job herself. She had muscles, and she was in firefights too. So it's just like,
Rip.
all right, not upset about it. I'm just more of like, all right, that's an Ubisoft move right there. Oh, on the nose, I would say is an Ubisoft move.
Yeah,
She's
don't beat me
black.
in the face with it.
Yeah, she's in the plan, you know. And I'm just like, all right, man, whatever.
We were in love. We were having sex. Girl on girl sex.
Right? No men. Which, all right, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the funniest shit to me was probably when we beat the game. They're like, all right, so a new threat is approached. You're gonna have to redo the same fucking shit you just got to. And then me and Spencer's like, nope, see you tomorrow. All right, bye. That was it.
We're going to
Like,
Bolivia.
fuck this. We're going to Bolivia. We're gonna move on with our lives at this point. Bolivia is, wildlands.
Yeah.
You know.
And it was the most it was the most anticlimactic ending ever.
Dude, like legit, we had a harder time on that one mission where you had to eat than we did on the last mission.
Yeah.
Which was a higher level. Like it was literally it was like 3 or 4 guys spawning every couple of like seconds or whatever, and then there's a main guy who had a rocket launcher, and you had to stay in this certain area to make sure the signal thing would like shut down one of these I forgot what they're called, but the ground to air rocket launchers. So you're staying there, and then the entire time me and Spence weren't really talking to each other. Spence has a turret, which is arguably the strongest fucking skill in the game. I had a drone that's kind of doing the same thing, but Spencer's turret's way better. And all we did was hole up. We kept shooting the rocket guy until his armor went out. Headshot him, I think, twice after, and he died. And then the rest of his minions just fucking cake. And then they're like, "You beat the game." Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Dude, we were done, man.
No reward.
Well, we got 15 to 20 hours out of it. It was fun.
15 to 20? What? No, man. I got fucking almost 4 days out of that.
Well,
game.
you did. You had a colonel or a former sergeant.
Sergeant Major, retired Sergeant Major. He's out of the game. They brought him back in because the division got activated.
He said that like, every time he referenced him.
Retired Sergeant Major, back in the game. He's got tattoos all over him. He's got a cowboy hat.
He's too old for this.
He's too old for this shit. It's like the new Rambo that's coming out. It's the exact same thing. He retired, went to Mexico, and they're like, "All right, we need you back." And he's like, "Send me up for DC." Flew there, landed, one-man army, taking everybody down, and then I fucking delete the game. So that's that. Division's fun. Probably more fun with more people. We had fun. I think if I didn't play the game with Spencer, I wouldn't have had fun.
Oh, do you hear
Just
that?
being honest there. Because we made fun of that shit.
My ear's a little clogged. You said you would have fun if you didn't play?
I'd have even more fun in Wildlands if someone was playing with me.
I don't think Britt.
Oh my god!
I don't think she's into that.
Let's talk about Ruby. No.
Oh, he likes chew the controller. He'll probably
he has chewed on my controller before.
He's chewed on a Fire Stick and ordered Harry Potter before, so I'm pretty sure he can get through a full game of Wildlands.
He's like, "Cover me!" No. So, yeah, it is what it is. Next topic.
Speaking of the NRA, we also saw a movie called John Wick 3.
Yeah.
With Halle Berry.
Halle Berry's. Who is...
Speaking of girls with short hair.
Yeah.
She didn't have it in this movie, but before when she had it, she could pull it off.
Unusual, I think. Yeah. Dude, Halle Berry can still get it in this day and age? Bruh. Kill me.
Yeah, but she overacted like crazy.
She wasn't the best, but so did Keanu. I mean, it's in his budget. All right, here's 50. It's 50% for every dollar is due to his overacting. Because of his lines that they have him say. Yeah. He literally says the least amount of lines in this film. Yeah, no. I'm going to need a gun. Those are his lines. I love Keanu Reeves. He's a great guy. He's a spaz when he's on interviews, so I love it. Like, he is just all over the fucking place. But, man, they're like, all right, Keanu, we're going to reel this back. It's pretty much I'm Groot status. Like, that's
probably what it should be.
Don't fuck up, and then that's it.
Butters says, like new Terminator coming out, really reboot already? Yeah. Oh,
because the last one sucked. No one liked the last one. You kidding me?
What was the last one? What, 3?
No. What?
Whoa, no. So Genesis? Was it Genesis?
After 3 was Salvation. After Salvation was, I believe, Genesis. I could be. Yeah, it's got to be that way because Salvation was. Christian Bale and his on-set freak out shit. I remember that was a big deal. That's hilarious.
That was awesome.
And then Genesis is with Danny. So that one was not good. And then they're like, fuck it, do it again. And then they brought back the original, Sarah Connor. And obviously, Arnold's back. And then there's some other people.
I'm still gonna think 3 was the last one. I'm just gonna keep that in my brain.
3, as shitty as it was, had probably the best ending. Because at the end you're like, oh shit, man, they're gonna stop these warheads, and then literally Arnold goes, no, this is a fallout bunker. The warheads are going off. You're just gonna have to survive and fight. He's like, what the fuck? And then boom, and then everything blew up, and I was like, holy shit!
Spoiler warning.
Oh, fuck it. It's been out for like almost 20
years. I haven't seen one Terminator movie.
Watch. Okay. So
I've seen Salvation, so I think I saw the worst one.
Watch. I don't think Salvation was the worst one. I think Genesis was probably the worst one. Salvation had something going for it. Watch 1 and then watch 2 and then immediately fall in love with one of the greatest films of all time. No joke.
Terminator 2?
Terminator 2.
I don't want to see Annie again. I know someone in your household that would be pretty upset if you said you never watched that again.
I think he said Arnie.
Based on what you're saying, I think I know who you're talking about. So, yeah. Annie.
Arnie.
You said Arnie.
I think that's what it's saying. Arnie, like Arnold.
Oh yeah, Arnie.
Mm.
Arnie again.
Never mind. Different person. I thought it was someone else. Anyway, yeah. I don't know.
Did you guys hear Arnold Schwarzenegger got drop kicked the other week?
Yeah, that was awesome, dude.
And he didn't give a fuck.
He no-sold the shit out of that.
He's 70-something years old. You drop kick him and he does nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's still.
Ow.
I respect
You
him.
didn't even say that.
Yeah.
He just leaned forward.
Yeah. How do you get the wind up to drop kick Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like, bitch.
I mean, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah, right. I want that fucking Klondike.
I'll drop kick Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Desert Loner, is John Heater still alive? I didn't even know he was still kicking. Good for him.
John Heater's still alive. What the hell?
But we saw John Wick 3. What did you think of it, JD?
I was disappointed. I like 2 the best. I mainly say that because 1 is the introduction to the niche. 2 is the capitalization of that niche. 3 is like how to put it? It's like you're in a family of celebrities, and then you break out and you start, like, I don't know, singing or some shit. And then your older brother's like, well, I should be able to sing too. This is Jessica Simpson and Ashley Simpson at this point.
So you're
I can do it too.
Are you saying John Wick 3 is Ashley Simpson doing a creepy jig on Saturday Night Live?
Creepy jig, yeah, man. That's exactly what I'm saying. Better dance it off.
Yeah, hopefully nobody notices.
Yeah, so that's kind of my problem. Is it's just the same shit. I've already seen it. You know, a couple cool scenes. You know, we had a very extensive discussion, but a couple of cool scenes. I think it just could have delivered better.
I think all the Halle Berry stuff, you got to kick it out. She's great.
Except for her.
She broke ribs for you.
Yeah. Come on.
She actually broke her ribs in training.
Really?
For that movie.
I think that might have.
She cracked her ribs.
You know, I got to be honest. Keanu didn't crack his fucking ribs. So I got to be honest. What the fuck were you doing? Like, why did you crack your ribs?
Halle Berry cracked her ribs pointing at things so dogs could attack them?
Shut
Ow!
Again! Yeah, that's kind of all she did, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's just... I mean, she shot people too, but I think it was just more of a thing to show, like, hey, look at me. I can do this shit too. And she's like, that's sort of the problem. It's like, no.
Yeah, it was...
How old is Halle Berry?
She's like in her
She started
late
acting
40s.
like 25 years ago?
I remember, I'm trying to think, what was the earliest thing I've seen her in? Oh, like Gothica with Robert Downey Jr.?
I just remember seeing her in X-Men and being like,
oh, X-Men.
whoa.
X-Men. That's 2001.
Something like that.
2002. The golden years. Yeah, that was
That's when
shit.
comic book movies were good.
No. Yeah. Make sure you cut in the, you want to know what happens to toads when they get shot by lightning? The same thing happens to everything else.
Yeah, then she electrocutes a guy who thinks he's a frog.
Yeah, he's a frog. His name's, well, he's a toad. His name's Toad.
Didn't you hear his name? His name was Toad.
So he is a toad.
Fucking, yeah, man, from Mario. Yeah.
I'm going to change my name to Sex Machine.
So if you... well,
I want to be...
That's my X-Man.
or woman. Yeah.
I thought it was all right. I agree with you. I think it was a little bit of a letdown. Although I'm gonna say 1 I like more.
Oh, really?
Because
the novelty.
The novelty's there and it's cohesive.
There's novels in it. I have to read.
Yeah.
I only can read it.
Yeah, you can read a 6th grade level.
The throwback.
But
I worked hard for that.
Two, I do agree was tighter. But it also. It just introduced a lot, and then it kind of relied on 3,
I like
which
it for the world building.
didn't totally deliver.
Common was good too in that because it was nice to always see him like fighting. And Common did all his own stunts. I respect him better than Halle Berry, but you know,
them rolling down the stairs is a comical. I'm not sure if it's intended to be that way.
I'm pretty sure it is at this point.
All right, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because they seem to know what they're doing. But just like for an entire minute of rolling down the stairs.
You're gonna look at it, you go, what the fuck? That was me in theaters, and I was just, what the fuck is going on here?
It's just like
Sign me up.
Happy Gilmore, where they're looking at the ball going around at the end.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so John Wick 3, still thumbs up though. I mean,
Yeah.
you could see worse movies, right?
Yeah.
You could see The Intruder. I saw it. If you want to see an old man grimace at people having sex on the ground in front of him, then go see The Intruder.
Having sex.
Or
And just getting
another
so
Pornhub
mad.
channel.
Getting so mad. Are you gonna cuck me?
Then cuck me. Okay, moving on. We're transitioning. Speaking of shooters, but Blizzard just canceled their StarCraft first-person shooter.
Ghost?
That's what I thought.
That was a third-person shooter.
Was that a third?
Yeah.
I just know it was a StarCraft shooter
Yeah.
from like 2002.
That shit got canceled in like 2002. That was forever ago.
I didn't even know they were working on another StarCraft
Me
shooter.
either. And
Yeah,
if I'm being
it was
honest,
under wraps.
out of Blizzard's entire like universe, like I just cannot get into StarCraft. I respect the game, you know, Zero Rush, like all that shit, cool, right? But couldn't get into it. And then the fact that they canceled it because of what, Spence?
Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4.
I feel it's stronger IPs at this point. StarCraft 2 had a good start, but sort of teetered off. Like, it's not really talked about as much, right? Overwatch, granted, Overwatch is really only around because of the esports sort of thing at this point. And I don't really care to watch the esports side of it.
Yeah.
Spencer, you still there?
Oh,
Can't see you, Spencer.
But I don't really care to watch the esports side of it. It's fun.
Championships are fun to watch. Playoffs are fun to watch.
Why do you need Overwatch 2?
I think because it
It's
was
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, man. That
You jackass!
blast core processing. Come on.
We're gonna keep a Happy Gilmore theme running throughout the entire show, I'm sure.
I wish I could contribute, but no, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god!
The only Adam Sandler movie worth watching.
Really? I like The Longest Yard for what it was. It was kind of funny.
For what it was.
Who
I
drank
heard
all the
that.
goddamn Gatorade? Like, it's just funny to me. But
That's the truth. Put some cheese on it.
that's a funny
Put
one.
some cheese on it.
Anyway, I think it's a better return for what you're looking at, right? You have, like Overwatch had like 3 years of like really solid, like people liked it, 2 to 3 years. Diablo 2 is what a lot of people say was the highlight. Diablo 3 took forever to get right, but once it was right, is a good game. But if Diablo 2 is still strong, imagine if they went back to their roots for Diablo 4.
Just the Diablo series here for a second. Diablo 3, when you said, because I remember Diablo 3, it's been so long since it was wrong.
Yeah.
It's been right for
been right
a huge
for so
amount of time
long.
at this point.
Yeah.
But when it was wrong is when you could buy stuff off the auction house with real money.
Well,
And you could
yes,
sell stuff for money and stuff.
That was true. And there was a little bit of manipulating going on in that.
That's what when you say bad Diablo 3, that's immediately what I think of.
The other thing was, if you die in that game, you are fucking punished. It got to the point where people would die, they couldn't even repair their gear
Because they couldn't afford it.
Because they couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
It cost so much, and they took so much money from you. And you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You literally have to make a new character.
I mean,
it was pretty bad. And there was just a lot of just like general features that were not well thought out. They had it to where only one slot could be for one ability. They opened that up to where now you can have like all slots could be generated to one slot per skill tree. Now it's all your slots could go to any skill tree. So like stuff like that came into play. Quality of life changes with, I guess, really rebalancing and developing an end game made it better. But everyone will swear up and down Diablo 2 because it's this nostalgia glasses. Diablo 2 is great. I love Diablo 2. It's one of my favorite games. But at the same time, it has limitations, so.
Why do
But
they
those
need to
make
make
more
an
sense.
Why do they need to make an Overwatch 2?
It's nearing its end, man.
But what they have Overwatch. Why don't you just
Why was there a Team Fortress 2, man?
Because they had a lot more ideas. I mean, I guess that they have a ton more ideas that they're going to do something with. But
I think so. I think
a lot
they're
of
gonna
times
get rid of a lot of heroes.
the point of making
Map creator.
No. The point of
They already
making
have Mod Creator. There's a craft thing in it right now, dude.
the point of making these games where it's making you play to keep playing it is to be around for a long time.
When did Overwatch release? It's like 2015, 14. We haven't. This is literally the first time someone's mentioned Overwatch 2.
Right, League of Legends has been around for over a decade.
2016,
Look how
May
shitty that
24th.
is. What?
May 24th, 2016.
May 24th, 2016, right?
3 years ago.
We're in 2019 at this point. I mean, coming from Blizzard, who hates making sequels on shit, really, let's be honest. I mean, from StarCraft 1 to StarCraft 2.
Oh, you know what they're going to fucking do?
What?
They're going to make like a Fortnite thing out of it.
What do you mean?
Make like a
Battle
Royale mode.
With your team?
No, with the individual characters.
I don't think they'd be successful. You have to have the team, or at least like doubles or triples
Maybe.
at that point. Because that game's built on that should never change, and I don't think it ever will. It has to be team oriented.
I miss Capture the Flag in Overwatch.
I don't actually, now that I think about it. It had to go through a lot of renditions, and it's still like overpowered for like a Lucio, although he's not as fast. He's still hard with it.
I miss Capture the Flag on Warsong Gulch. Maybe we'll get to play it.
What is that?
Well, yeah, I typed Overwatch 2, and that's the first thing that comes up.
Somber's ass. Awesome.
Or naked, but
No,
dude,
it's a G-string.
I can't. That G-string is
It's
so
stuck up in there.
I thought that was just
Try to-
purple hair.
try
I
to
thought that's
find
just
it.
purple. That's just purple hair on her vagina.
Oh god,
That's not a G-string.
your hair doesn't grow there on your vagina. Trust me. I know.
I'll take your word for it. I've never seen one of those.
JD's the
Hey.
expert.
Yeah, puss. Anyway.
Hmm.
Tits are like sandbags.
What do you mean?
Spencer, what were you gonna say?
I just think it's. I don't know. In my head, that ship sailed. I'm sure it's still played by people. It's got a player base.
Yeah,
Do you think another one's gonna fix that?
I think if you do it right, I think there needs to be some changes that maybe this iteration can't really support. Maybe there will be capture the flag. Maybe there will be map creator. There's all kinds of things that could happen. It's like the difference between being like having Halo 2 and then they drop Halo 3. They're just doing shit better. They're refining the craft.
I guess get everybody to pay.
The sequel will feature PvE modes that sources liken to Left 4 Dead.
Oh, I'm down with that. I'm down for that. If you guys want to get in on that with me.
Well, I'm sure I'm gonna get the game, so I'm not really worried about it. But
That's sick.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I'm back on board.
oh, look at that! Yeah, it's all it takes one fucking feature, and look at you. Maybe that's why
Overwatch
they're making
2.
a sequel.
Overwatch 2.
Anyway, it makes sense. It makes sense.
OW2. OW2.
Yeah.
Ow 2. Ow 2. Ow 2.
Hashtag out too.
Speaking of crazy video games,
I missed your transition.
Google Stadia is coming, and we have more news about it.
Yeah, we do.
Does it cost $10 a game?
They don't know yet because we don't know if they're going to subsidize any of the costs.
Where are fucking discounts on these games? I get all these digital games, no discounts.
I know. We're saving them on all that packaging and shipping.
Yeah, I'm still paying $60.
Well, because Sony or Microsoft are not subsidizing the cost because they don't fucking care to. If Goodia, Goodia, Stadia and Google combined. Goodia,
Guru.
Guru.
Is Google and Stadia combined Gojira?
Yeah, Gojira. So here's the thing. So I watched a little bit earlier. I watched because I want you to know where it came from. I don't want you to think I'm plagiarizing. I watched Inside Gaming's sort of discussion about it. One, they brought up two interesting points. This is a situation that has resulted in Microsoft and Sony coming to terms and working together to create cloud gaming, not in the sense of, hey, we want to work together, but in the sense to literally fight off the White Walkers at this point. It's just people joining forces that normally hate each other to fight a greater threat. Now, normally be like, hey, this is great, right? But they brought up an interesting point, which is competition is good in most situations, except when it doesn't apply, when the rules don't apply to one of the parties. Google has a shit ton of money, way more, I think, in this day and age than Microsoft or Sony, right? With what they're doing, all their hands in the pots that they're in and whatnot, they can really, really, really develop something from this. And if they fail, they can just throw more money at it. So it begs the question: is it actually? Initially, I was like, "Hey, fuck it, yeah, more creativity, push us to the next generation." But now I'm looking at it, going, "Is this actually good for gaming to have it?" Because it's supposed to launch apparently in November.
Well, if stocks have anything to do with it, Alphabet stock, which owns Google, is $1,000.47 $1,047 a share. Microsoft stock is $127. Sony stock is $47. So yes, they are considerably larger.
So that and with certain one big thing that people are saying is that they're either going to pair up with an ISP or they're going to create their own. In the sense of, well, I think they already have, right? Is Google Fiber technically its own?
I think so. I think it is.
So let's just imagine, right? Google Fiber becomes more common, and it becomes just really that natural ISP, that one like Disney status ISP, right? Yeah. They own fucking everything at this point. Now we're looking at a situation where they control the tool that all companies use to contribute to the same thing. So like if they had cloud gaming on PS4 or PS5 and Xbox, whatever the next one is, and now we have Google Fiber everywhere, they can really corner the market.
Yeah, but one thing that's going on right now is they decided to really crack down on monopolies, tech monopolies, specifically Alphabet and Apple. So that might, I would wager that wouldn't happen, especially considering what they did with Sprint and T-Mobile. I don't know if you heard about that. But one thing that Sprint and T-Mobile are being asked to do, which is really bizarre, capitalism mixed with politics is a very strange character. They're making them create a competition for themselves. Just literally make another company that does cell phone service.
You know, it's the same thing for what I was mentioning about the Supreme Court ruling that Apple has a monopoly on its own app store.
Yeah.
And they need to create a store, or a store needs to be created that allows the processing of, you can't individually have a store that caters to your products alone. It has to cater to all products across the board. So if that's the case, same thing with what they're doing with the Apple Store would apply to PlayStation Network, and the Xbox Live Marketplace would also apply to internet then, if it extends to that. And if that's the case, fine. Okay, that's fine. But at the same time, we're still looking at something that has more hands in the pot. It doesn't matter if it's not a monopoly, it could still be the most popular. You know, it can boil down to that.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if they're really focusing on making their own games. I know they said that they're going to create games for their platform, but I haven't heard anything of note.
I haven't heard them making a game that's going to be a first party game. it's always bringing these developers on board.
Particularly Ubisoft.
Ubisoft is one of the big ones.
Specifically them.
Well, did you hear about the new Watch Dogs? Yeah, we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
That might be a big selling point for Watch Dogs.
Yeah. It's coming out as a Founders Edition bundle first, available for $130 in November.
Yeah.
And then the subscription will be $10 a month, which is I think that is going to be open next year. And then there's also
a 3-month subscription.
Yes. No, it comes out in November. What are you talking about?
The system comes out in November, $130. Comes with 3 months.
Yeah,
then you would start paying.
Yeah,
in 2020.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, wait, what?
And then a free version is planned for next year.
Controllers are $60, and some of the the game designers they're talking about are Bethesda, EA, Rockstar, Square Enix, Warner Brothers, and Ubisoft. But we can't forget Sega.
Everyone wants to run fast.
The only reason I'm excited for that is they own
Force 2.
Atlas.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Forgot about that merger. I'm excited for that. Moving on. Anyway.
We know it's going to be successful now because of its blast core processing.
Of course, yes. It was a mistake.
What do you think about streaming gaming? Good or bad?
I think latency is something that needs to be proven that can be handled.
Not for us. We got that gig.
Yeah, got that gig. Well, here's the main thing: is
they actually talk about it in this too.
One of the main things that I think is important to note is a lot of those games that they mentioned come from, or a lot of those companies. Read them off again.
Bethesda, EA, Ubisoft, Square Enix, Rockstar, Warner Brothers, Sega.
So excluding Warner Brothers and not really all that much, and EA, those companies aren't really known for multiplayer. Yeah, there's GTA Online for Rockstar, but no one plays
Square
Red Dead
Enix
Online.
with Final Fantasy 14.
But I don't know if they would do 14. My thing is, when it comes to games that require more less latency to perform.
Well, so some of the big titles include the highlights that they mentioned were Doom, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 15. That's where you can replay that.
Oh, hell no.
Rise of the Tomb Raider,
Played on
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
So the Division and Destiny are both, online in that case, obviously. I wouldn't really say the Division required. I've lagged my way through a raid.
I've seen it.
He's seen it. But the Division, Destiny, I can understand requiring more latency. I just want to see how they handle it, because one of the other things is a lot of those games are single player experiences. While Doom is on there, you can still pause the game. And a big question that I'd have is, what is their market? Who are they trying to cater to in this case? Is this a situation where we're looking at the Nintendo, what's that shit called? The VR thing? It's the red lines. It was shitty.
Oh, Virtual Boy.
Remember that? All right. Well, the Virtual Boy was a failure.
For a reason, probably.
Yeah. It was an absolute failure. But the thing is because the technology was too advanced for what they were doing. They took too many leaps ahead. And that may or may not be the situation with the Stadia. I would say, what's the point if I already have the console? If you're not going to sell me on, because I don't really care to play any of those games, especially not Rise of the Tomb Raider. But if I'm looking at, gaming right now, I need just something new. And a lot of times you're getting that from mainly first party developers, mainly Sony right now. But, we'll see about, Microsoft. I'm not really getting anything that's unique from a multi-platform title. I'm not saying I'm not going to play it, but why would I get a Stadia if I have a PlayStation 4 for it? Unless Stadia does something where it has first-party titles that start to develop it.
Because you can hook that shit up to any player.
But I don't really care to play at any time on anything. And it requires an internet connection anyway. So if I'm traveling, if I'm flying out, you can't use that offline.
Your phone has connection.
If I'm flying, depending.
Well, if you
So
pay
if
for
they
it.
have the Wi-Fi set up, sure, and it has to be a good enough connection. So he talked about
Just
the
leave it.
connection speed.
Just take it off airplane mode.
Who puts their phone on airplane mode on the flight? And they're like, "All right, guys, turn it off." And you're like,
Sir, you
back to
can't.
my Beats.
I did.
Oh, you did? I had to
I
get
just
the
went
tissue,
to
man.
Cali the other
I'm
week.
like,
I
fuck
did.
you. Like, Beats by me. But
So talking about
requires
the connection though,
it requires 35 down
35 down for
4K.
for
For
4K.
4K.
Yeah.
It requires 10 down for 720p.
Yeah.
Which, sure, but let's go back to that market that we're talking about here. If we're looking at 720, let's think about the last game that you played on PS4, Xbox One that had native 720.
I mean, in my PSP.
On your PSP, yes. But that's sort of, I guess, like my
Actually,
argument to it.
Is my Nintendo Switch 720?
I think
Or is it
Switch
something like
is 1080 now. I think.
I don't think it's 1080. I think it's like 980 something or
You're playing too much Shining
993.
Force.
I think it's like 993 or something. I don't think I think they upscale it to 1080p, but I think
It might not be native, depending. But at the same time,
while docked, the unit can support resolutions up to 1080p, max 60 frames, and then it's scaled down if you take it out.
What is it when you take it out?
It's
And
less than.
Less than 1080. Is it 999?
No. But I guess
1079.99. Yeah.
that goes back to the question I have: who's the market then? Because if I'm playing a game on 720p, imagine I'm playing Watch Dogs 2 on 720p. It's gonna look like ass, right? It doesn't matter if I can stream it and I can see what's going on. The visual, the spectacle is a part of gaming, right? We care about graphics to an extent, you know. So I guess my thing is its biggest strength is that it's versatile, but it's not like the Switch could do what's called is doing better currently.
Switch can do what
Stadia is doing in the sense of offline. I don't need to have an internet connection. If I went camping, I could take.
I disagree.
For instance,
I completely disagree.
Congratulations. Moving on. But the main reason why I say it is if we're talking about Stadia's greatest library, okay, whatever, right? Like Switch hasn't really. They've got some titles, but it's still sort of coming up. So library, sure.
It's got Diablo.
It's getting Metroid, and it's got
Metroid 4.
It's
Metroid
got
Prime 4.
It's got Legend of Zelda,
Breath of the Wild.
It's got it
Pokemon
has
Shield.
It'll have those, and it's got what Skyrim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has Skyrim.
Skyrim, Doom, Dragon's Dogma,
Shining Force,
which by the way wasn't included on that. You don't see Capcom include on that. And I'm not saying Capcom is shit, but Capcom is on. It's becoming a contender again. You know, they haven't fucked up lately. Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2, Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry, they haven't fucked up lately. So
he's gone.
Yeah, right. I don't see him anymore. Where you at, dog? Oh, shit. Oh. But
creepy.
If I want to play offline, that in itself is versatility, and I appreciate that too. You guys are So, what's your point, Spence?
I love it. I think it's definitely the future. People are going to be able to play it on their phones, which I think is going to go a long way. That's why I think it's better than the Switch. You don't need to bring around a big thing. You just got your phone right there. Do this. I think
your phone is a thing.
But you already carry it. You don't have to carry two, and the Switch thing is a little bigger. Little bear. Also, I think in the future there's going to be more connected smart devices like smartwatches and all that stuff, so that it's not going to be such a thing. The only thing I see right now is like it'd be really annoying to switch back and forth between my phone notifications and stuff. But I think in the future there's going to be smartwatches are going to be more of a thing, or some kind of smart device that helps you access that stuff. I think this next generation is going to be really tough to catch on, but it's going to catch on definitely by the one after. It's going to be just like a normal thing to have streaming.
I'm curious to see how it pans out I feel like this is a situation with someone going, when I'm president, instead of, like, hey, here's, like giving an honest. I feel
Pie
like
in
it's
the
too
sky.
political. Yeah,
They're giving a pie in the sky.
yeah, it's starting out that way. I want to see how it performs before I start going. I don't care about a founders pack. Let me see how this stuff performs and let me hold it in my hand and get used to it and see if this is a latency issue. Because we got the gig. If we're playing and we run into latency issues that can't be helped, granted, infrastructure for Google is pretty fucking huge, all things considered. But
they're boasting about new technology that's going to reduce latency, and they're also talking about expanding their data centers.
Right. So
growing their data center or putting more of them up so they're closer to cities.
The cards are in their favor in this regard. If they're actively moving forward with all these things, by all means, I just need to see it.
Yeah.
And the real time I'll be happy is if I can play a fighter. And that's not an issue.
Yeah. Because we also need to judge what's actual latency, because we're going to start seeing numbers pop up just constantly. So I want to know what normal latency is for video gaming, because we're going to start hearing people scream about how, the Stadia, it has terrible latency. It's like 40 on average. And it's like, well, current homes average like 60.
Yeah, like on League of Legends, I have 70. It's pretty standard.
A good example is like fighters, right? Going back to those, frames matter in fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, fighters tend to have native latency. Then couple that with online play, and then couple that with, say, a Stadia that has its own, that could, if not handled properly, result in significant latency, right? So good example. If I'm playing Street Fighter, if I press down a punch button, I believe it's dropped. It's like 6 point something frames before the punch actually starts. Right? Now imagine I'm playing online. Most fighters nowadays have a frame counter up at the top so you can determine the level of lag. And really it helps you to autocorrect. Most good connections are 3 frames of lag because you can still adjust it, you can still handle it. Bad connections, 5 or 6. And then Stadia, if it doesn't work right, could result in attacking onto it. So it could be a problem. We'd have to see it.
So I just looked up what latency ranges we should be looking at. So anything 20 milliseconds or less is great. That is ideal. That's what you should be aiming for. 20 milliseconds or less of latency. Anything over 150 milliseconds would result in your gaming being impacted. Like you would noticeably know
what's going on.
Maybe not for fighting games. You might notice it a lot lower.
Yeah.
A lot sooner. But on average, if it's over 150, these are the numbers we're going to pay attention to, kiddos.
It's going to be a big deal.
Tell me more.
Well, and that's
how we're really going to know if it's succeeding.
I'm excited because that is basically going to be the bottleneck going forward. Whereas before,
I think it's too early to tell.
Before it was like graphics card, what's your CPU, what's this, what's that, yada yada. This one only works with this graphics card. None of that's going to matter. And I think that's a freaking huge thing.
It is. It's amazing.
So
it's going to make hardware more affordable.
Well, I mean,
make it non-existent.
So, no, video editing.
Well,
and other purposes of these things.
For that, yeah.
For the purposes of entertainment and creating, like
for gaming, it's going to be irrelevant.
Yeah, it's going to be like, why do I care about a graphics card?
But people are going to be able to buy high-end computers at lower cost now.
But I still think there's going to be a niche for. Can you could run the Stadia on your PC, or did they mention you cannot yet?
It's anything where you can plug in.
Anything you can get to Google.
Anything you can use to get to Google.
Anything you can use to get to Google.
Because we've heard about you, it's pretty much anything USB. So obviously your mouse and your keyboard are USB. But at the same time, the main reason why I ask that is this: because there are still games that are best played on certain platforms. You're not going to see me playing League of Legends with a fucking controller, right? So to an extent, I should still be on mouse.
You can play across laptops, desktops, Pixel 3, Pixel 3a with cross-screen early access starting from day one.
So my question is, they're putting the importance on the dependency really at this point on the library. If they can get the game on there, then yes, sign me up.
no, this is terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. What's that?
What is it?
Internet speed recommendations.
Oh, you can. Oh, there we go. Stay like that.
It's reversed. 720 is 10 megabytes per second. Just go to Google. Google.com/Stadia.
But so
oh, you can test your connection here.
I guess the question.
I'm gonna hit the test connection right now.
Go ahead. My question then at this point is: are you stating that this is going to make PC gaming obsolete? Because I think we're still being too early that it's even going to stop console gaming. We need to see it perform, and people saying it's going to be great are hopeful, and that's cool, but we got to see it. And it becomes dependent on the negotiations that Google has with the game developing companies.
I don't think PC gaming will be obsolete, no. I think that, like Eric said, Eric made a really good point about supply and demand. It's that the demand for a high-end computer rig, I can't foresee it existing after this. Most people don't give a shit about video editing or doing all that shit. They get a rig so they can play a game on it.
Yeah.
If they're getting a
so
good
according to their test that they have on here, which is what was this? M connection is what they use to test. We expect that my cell phone will have high performance gaming experiences on Stadia. High performance.
Which phone you got? Which phone is that?
It's the iPhone 8.
Yeah.
So with all that in mind, that maybe it won't beat out PC gaming and whatnot, like I said, think the biggest draw at this point is Xenoverse.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 will be on it.
Ugh.
Well, and I think what's going to happen is Steam is going to catch up with that concept as well.
Borderlands 3.
Do some form or some group is going to do streaming. I would assume it's going to be Steam that does it so that they can keep their shop competitive. I would wait.
I'm gonna come right out and say that I hope it's not as successful as people think it is. Because I'm suddenly starting to realize that if this thing is, like I mentioned earlier, Google doesn't have to follow the rules that Sony or Microsoft do. Sony and Microsoft make a bad decision, they have to try and rectify it. That's the reason why PS4 is doing better than PS3. Well, against Xbox 360 and Xbox One, right? They had to learn from their mistakes. I feel like this is just not a mistake learning situation, not to the capacity of which we're used to.
If they make a better product,
it goes back to what I'm saying. It's about the competition, because you're still thinking that any competition is good. Competition within reason, I've come to believe, is good. But if they don't have to play by the rules, they have a Game Shark code and they're hopping online, and this dude's blowing my head off every 5 seconds. Instead of I have to play strategical around him or I can win. It's a different ball game at that point, man.
Sony and I don't think they're going away. I
don't think they're going away, but they're forcing cloud gaming now to compete.
Yeah,
they're probably behind. So
probably
I can't imagine when that stuff's coming out. And they've been in the game way longer too, which kind of sucks. It's literally someone slipped them up now. It's really a classic Sega Jaguar.
That's competition, baby.
I don't want this to be true, but I want to be the one that said it first.
Oh my God. Here we go. It's an itch exclusive. Go ahead.
Sony and Microsoft. Well, Microsoft goes and does its other thing. Sony their gaming branches turn into video game developers and just produce for Stadia. They no longer produce consoles. That is my prediction.
He just wants another Sega is what he wants.
They're going to stop producing.
And Sega's going to be like,
consoles.
Dreamcast 2.
No, we're back in. You can play this by opening your eyes, son.
Microsoft and Sony are going to stop producing consoles, and Apple will come out with their own version of this, or Amazon will. Amazon's
Apple's
probably
coming out
closer.
with theirs.
Amazon is?
No, Apple. They're already going to drop a gaming platform I don't know if it's this year, but they're boasting about more than 150 original games on their platform.
Yeah,
Angry Birds 150.
No, they're working with like Konami and
Angry
other
Birds
guys.
3. Angry Birds.
They're working with Konami.
Angry Birds.
And well, there's other
What
guys.
are they gonna
Konami
build
was
with
the first one
Konami?
Hey, Castlevania, what are you talking about?
Konami dipped out of gaming. All they make is that soccer game, and then they make pachinko machines.
Winning 11-7.
Pachinko machine.
And yeah, they make a lot of gambling shit, but hey, man, they're trying to come back with Castlevania.
Dude, Amazon should totally make a gaming console.
E3 2050. It'll be Google versus Amazon versus
Apple.
You're gonna have to say that again.
No, I got it.
What?
I got it.
You're gonna have to. We're lagging.
No, I got it. Do you not hear me? Oh.
I have Google Stadia with this connection, man.
It's not the connection.
Are you back?
I think it's just that.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I lost them. They're gone. We didn't even get to our last topic. Can you guys hear me? Oh, no. Yeah, I could hear them when they were talking. Anyway, we didn't get to hear our last topic, but they, he's going to text me.
We're giving Amazon and Apple too many ideas right now. Google's shutting down our stream.
Can you hear me? Oh my God, maybe he's right. Did Google and Amazon shut down our stream? Shoot. We gotta investigate this. They can't hear us. But I can
hear you.
Oh! I was gonna start talking shit.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. But you can hear us now, right? You can hear me now?
Yes.
Eric just put a thing on there that says he can't hear me.
He's lying to you.
He's lying. Okay.
He's a liar.
Well, speaking of liars, our last topic is E3.
What about it?
Oh.
What's the lie?
Oh, they lie to us every year about the games coming out.
Well, that's very true, because I'm still waiting for Final Fantasy VII.
Well, yeah. Consider the companies you're talking about, because some of them aren't lying to you.
But I think it's really interesting this year because it seems like everybody is trying to ditch E3.
Nintendo skips out. PlayStation skips out. Or no. Sorry, Nintendo will be there.
Well,
right?
They're gonna be like they've been
PlayStation
the last.
skipped out.
They're gonna be like they've been the last couple times and just
Direct.
do basically a Nintendo Direct at E3. So they've pretty much skipped out of E3 for years now.
Yeah.
Very
limited presence.
Sony is out.
Microsoft out?
Microsoft's interesting. Microsoft has a presentation, but theirs is not at E3. It's across the street at a Microsoft theater.
I was gonna say, like, they have a presentation for about them leaving.
Yeah.
Come across the street.
Hey, if you we're over that way.
Let's be honest. If you're looking at E3, the biggest thing about E3 is the fact of the releases. It's not really the presence anymore. It was an archaic thing to think it was the presence.
It's just the trailer.
Yeah,
It's the 30-minute trailer of the games you want to see.
Yeah, as we've gotten more technologically advanced, you're looking at a situation where all you care about is what you're able to stream and see, not necessarily I'm physically there. That was back in the day. Yeah, 2001, 2010, really? 2013. It was all about being there. And then they started to make it more exclusive, and then you come to the realization that
they started releasing the big trailers before E3.
Leaks too are fairly common.
I kind of feel like E3 should just go back to being for the developers and publishers.
I agree.
I mean, it is already.
Nah, they turned it into a thing that's like everybody's included.
Not general public.
Well, but the way they stream
you pay
it,
for a ticket, you get in.
It's more than that.
But the way that they stream it and they make it a big spectacle and they have everybody,
which is cool.
Yeah, but it's
your audience is online.
Yeah, but it's very clear that that concept is out.
Instead of just being educational for the developers and publishers and letting them grow,
yeah,
they're having to put things in layman's terms so that we can engage with them.
So by being about developers, you want it to just be like, all right, hey, we're working with a new engine. Here's some of the developmental changes for the engine for the game development.
Yeah, like every other but every other convention for every other industry.
Yeah,
like
instead
if you
of
go to an
instead of making it a bunch of like, oh, Sony won E3 this year, and boom, and there's gotta be fireworks, and it's gotta be all that shit. Yeah, I agree with Eric. Like, let's just.
Well, that's what GDC is for. You guys not like that's what GDC is.
Yeah, so. But they just need to do something where it's more like that, because E3 is kind of a zoo at this point.
E3, I think, is sort of petering out, which is unfortunate unless they find a way to reinvent it. And I don't even know who is in charge of setting it up. To be honest, I feel like it's just some random anomaly of a company that sets it up. And then
what venue hosts it every year? Does it change?
I know it's in LA. That's it.
I bet you the governor of California.
Yeah, right.
It's at the
I bet you he puts it on.
Don't drop kick me.
It's at the Los Angeles Convention Center.
Every year?
That is just such a generic fucking...
Because if it is at the same place every year, then it's the event coordinators of that facility that are pushing for this every year.
That are just like, I fucking love games. Don't you love games, Bill? Yeah, all right.
No. They're like, we love money. Look how many people this has brought in the past. We need to do this
bring
again.
Them back.
Yeah, we need to do this again.
I wish it was like that for Evo.
Like, do we got to set up like a bunch of fireworks and a bunch of parades and stuff? Like, no, just set up like 3 Xbox Ones and make a line.
Get some washed up fucking Facebook and YouTube personalities on here to promote the next game. Pay them minimal wage. Good to go.
Get them. Just fly them out here.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay them. Just fly them out.
If you're ever looking to really cringe, watch the fucking E3 cringe videos. They're just awful.
Just put it out there. If you want to fly me out there, I'll totally promote whatever you want me to.
If you fly me out there, I'm not going to promote the fuck you want.
Next up, the game everybody's been waiting for, Madden.
Yeah, right. Hey, motherfucker. That's it. Now you can press triangle twice and catch it more realistically. Fuck me in the ass.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I guess there's really not much on that one this year. It's what, Bethesda? EA's not even part of it.
It's Spencer, man.
I thought Spencer said he had Giga Blast.
He's got Giga assed.
Giga ass.
Yeah,
a gig of ass.
I do. I still have you guys. Oh, they're dipping out again. I think Google's after us.
I wonder if we could start making a song talking crap about Spencer, and by the time he gets back, we could be singing that whole song.
Spencer is a man that I know likes anime. Spencer is a weeaboo.
Weeaboo. Weeaboo.
Spencer is a weeaboo. Ain't it true? Spencer is a weeaboo. 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 Spencer is a weeaboo. Ain't that true?
I can hear the whole thing. They're still cutting in and out. You guys hear me?
I was getting ready to like 2 or 3 different songs. And I was like, that's rude. That's over the limit. We can't say that one.
Can you guys hear me?
This is probably going to get entirely cut out or have to be reshot.
Oh, no.
All of it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he had a video idea for it.
For the whole thing?
Well, now they muted it, so I definitely can't hear. You back? Yeah, they're muted. I can't hear them. There they go. You guys back?
Look at me.
Are you back? I bet you they can hear me. They're just trolling. Oh, no. They probably lagged out. Are you back?
You can hear this.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
What? We mooted it.
We mooted
Except
it.
for when
We
you
mooted
mute it, yeah.
We mooted it. So here's an idea, Spence. We should probably cut the video off at this point, and let's actually tackle that subject next time.
Okay.
'Cause I also want to talk about the CNET thing.
God,
as well.
if we had that up the entire time, I would have been so distracted.
It's a good thing we did.
Those eyes.
Anyway.
Damn it.
Damn her eyes. All right, well, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's me, Spencer.
I'm JT!
And I'm Eric.
It's good to see you guys again.
Nice and wholesome.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be here next week where we talk about angry people. Why are they so mad?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah, we should talk about D&D.
Yeah, because I just signed up to play with 98 KUPD. They have a D&D night coming up.
Oh. Can I play?
If you sign up.
Okay.
You guys have
Go to their Facebook.
All right, well, time to sign up for that, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.